Hello and welcome to the Nothing in Common podcast with me, Bella.
And me, Lane, and our special guest, Gabby.
Gabby! Hello.
Yeah, thank you.
Yay.
God.
Hello, Gabby.
Hey.
This is actually our second time filming this episode.
Yeah, if you guys were wondering why there wasn't an episode last week, it was because we tried to record this episode and Bella and
failed.
I
We
went in with
Great.
no questions, so it didn't make sense as a guest episode because it was just like we were doing a normal
Just
episode, but Gabby
chatting.
was here, so
Yeah.
Gabby never got a chance to speak, and then we bullied her.
And we were accidentally really mean. And I probably could have gotten canceled.
I thought it was funny.
You would have gotten canceled.
I can't even
Yeah.
think of it.
You
like,
would've.
like it was funny for us, but
I want to
if you don't know, you
it.
don't. I mean, maybe it'll go on a secret
What
release.
is that? What is that app called that like you have to like buy?
Patreon?
Patreon.
Yeah, you guys subscribe to the Patreon for that episode. But for this episode, we actually we've prepared stuff, and we're going to be nice to Gabby. We're going to be nice to our guests. So it's going to be better.
Thank you.
I figured we would start with how do we know Gabby?
Who's Gabby?
Why is Gabby? Where is Gabby?
Here.
Mm.
Hello? Hello?
Why do you need binoculars for that? She's right next to us.
I couldn't see her. She's so small.
She's
She's so
this big.
little.
A gust of wind could blow her away.
Yeah. Okay, Gabby. How do we know you?
What do you mean? Like,
How did we meet?
How did
how did we meet? Like, individually?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Well,
Let me fix my posture.
yeah, fix your posture.
Okay.
Bella and I met, do I say the, like, we talked about this. Do I say the, like, OG?
Tell them both
Or-
because I
okay.
think it's kind of funny, actually.
Bella doesn't remember the, like, actual first time we
I
met.
don't remember it at
But
all.
I remember it because I was shaking in my boots. So basically, we're like hanging. I don't even remember. It was like before a show.
In
there
high
were-
school.
In high school. And there was that my sophomore year?
Yeah,
I think it must have been. But we were, like, a group of us were in the dressing room. And she was dating this boy at the time. He who shall not be named. But him and I, like, were, like, an old married couple in the show. And so we just, like, were together all the time, like, throughout rehearsals. And when we were just, like, sitting on stage, he would, like, show me videos of dogs. And so I, like, said something about that. And she, like, looked at me up and down. And she was like, yeah, when we first started talking, he showed me dog videos, too.
I like literally don't remember that, which makes me sick to my stomach because that's so
It was
mean, girl.
so scary. And I was like, okay, we're actually enemies now.
But then the second time we interacted
Which
was a
was-
lot better.
And it was literally like 2 days later.
And I thought that this was our first time meeting. Like I genuinely have
not.
no recollection of that moment like ever in my brain.
You
remember
said, I thought that this was our first time meeting, like you just met her now on the podcast.
So I've actually never met her before.
I had to show up.
I almost said something I shouldn't have, so I stopped myself.
Ooh.
Good job.
Yeah.
You know that's bad for audio.
You did it too, bitch.
I don't know what you're talking about. I cut that from
Cut that.
earlier. Cut that.
So
So anyway, in Bella's mind, the first time we met was, so why? I don't understand why. Do you ever, like, question the choices of those adults in our life?
Yeah.
Yes,
Because
I do that all the time.
Or the adults that were in
The
our
adults
lives.
that were in our lives.
We are the
with love.
adults now. I
Yeah,
forget
we're the
that.
adults.
That's actually
in our lives.
terrifying.
But I
But
don't like to think about it.
basically, there was like 5 seconds of the show that we had a chicken on stage. Couldn't really tell you
Is
why.
that a chicken?
Is that a chicken?
Oh, look at all those chickens.
Aw.
Okay, that's so millennial core
That
of
was-
us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, but basically, I had chickens at the time, and so they were like, we're gonna take her chicken, and she's gonna be on stage. And so we got like a little dog crate cage, and I couldn't figure out how to set it up. So I'm like in like the common space of our high school, like the like pod area, and I'm like struggling. I'm about to give up. And then
Like I just keep hearing like clanging metal.
Yeah.
Like
You were in the forge.
I literally was.
and I was like sitting. I must have been like working on my speech or
Yeah.
something because I was still after school too, even though I wasn't in that show.
And then she just like comes up and you're like, do you need help? And I was like, Yeah.
Terrified.
I was terrified. I was like,
funny.
yeah. And then we
do you
put
need
together
help
the
with
cage.
that?
No, it was actually like, I was like,
Is this genuine?
is this genuine?
I can't. Okay, that's just like funny to me
Yeah.
because I don't remember like that first interaction with Gabby, but at least my second one, I was being kind.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty kind human, so
Maybe
like
you were hungry or like.
maybe I was having a moment. I don't know.
You do have your evil moments sometimes when you're hungry.
I do get very hangry, or if I didn't have caffeine, I can get a little bit. But that's bold coming from you, Lane McCoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
But
So anyways,
queens ever
and
since.
flash forward however many years it's been, and now I'm Gabby's emergency contact.
She is.
So,
Yeah.
because I'm an adult now.
Terrifying, but good.
Lane's 20.
I'm not even a teenager anymore. This is
Ew. How old are you, Gabby?
gross.
Gabby, when she
I'm
forgets her
so
age,
glad we caught that on camera.
she just like glitched.
That's actually kind of real though, because I feel like there's some
Literally.
years that are like you don't
They're not
remember
real.
your age as well. Like I feel like turning 18, turning 20, but other years it's like sometimes it takes a second because there's literally like no change.
I am actively 18, Lane. But I'll be 19
So I guess that
in
doesn't
September.
apply.
18, 19, 20. Old.
I don't know what that
old.
was.
I'm one
That-
foot in the grave.
I've
Basically,
been
I'm
one foot in
like
the grave.
literally gonna die.
Sounds like 7.
So,
I
but
agree.
you guys don't remember your first time
When
meeting?
did we meet?
We literally talked about this on the
On
Last
the
episode?
Forbidden
episode that
Tape.
didn't happen, and I don't think either of us could remember.
I
we-
remember the first time we hung out, but I don't remember the first time.
It was probably a show.
Like, outside of
it was
school.
almost
It must
definitely.
have been.
I mean, you were in choir all 4 years, right?
Yeah.
And I was too. Well,
Yeah.
so I guess it would have been. Were we in the mezzo choir at the same? No.
No.
So it wouldn't have been.
It
so it would have been
it-
Tuck. But we didn't really meet during Tuck.
I wasn't in Tuck.
You weren't in Tuck?
No.
I hallucinated that you were in Tuck.
I was
That's
not in Tuck.
crazy.
Then
This
what?
is so funny
that was
because
the only
my
show
sh-
I did that year,
Tuck
right?
was the show
'Cause
that I
was the-
desperately
wait.
wanted to be in that I was not in. But it was okay.
Then it probably wasn't until junior year.
I feel like... No, because when we hung out was between my freshman and
So
sophomore year.
maybe that literally
why
was the
was I
first
there?
time we met.
No, we was...
But Bella knew you, which is why we were there.
I don't know.
Oh, so that must have been your
So that-
freshman year when we met then.
Yeah.
Your freshman, my sophomore.
I meant my junior
Yeah.
year. Would have been.
Yeah.
It
This is
would have been
getting
the
a
summer
little bit too
after.
confusing.
This is... Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But-
guys are just crazy
Well, we're
because
confused too. We don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I am so bad at remembering when I meet people.
I was just gonna
unless
say,
there's
I
something
remember
specific.
like every single first time I meet somebody. I don't know what it is. I really just deeply remember it. Like, name a person and I'll tell you how I met them.
I don't know.
First time I met Chelsea was at the lake house, actually.
Very good.
Why
and
did
I-
I invite you to? Why did I invite you to the lake house?
I don't know, but I remember.
One thing about this house is the
It's
kitchen is
terrifying.
directly above my bedroom and this side room that we're in, the studio. We're in the studio.
The studio.
And if you move a chair up, there's these like enormous, like heavy wooden
Yeah.
block stools, and if you move them, it like thunders across the tile, and you can hear it down here so clearly.
Yeah. Okay, well, the next thing I kind of want to...
My ring is
What?
broken.
Gabby.
I hate it when rings do that.
It's because they're cheap.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
all of my rings do that.
Sorry, I'm-
No, let me tell
Um,
you. One time, one of my rings got stuck on my finger, and I was so glad that it was a cheap sheen ring because I just cut it off with a pair of scissors.
Rings
That's
are
insane.
great until you have to wear them.
I'm like...
I
I have
can't
so
wear
many
them.
rings that I
Like,
never wear because it freaks me out to wear them. And when you wash your hands with rings on,
You have to, like-
and then it's water inside of the rings
Do you
inside
not
of your...
take off your rings when you wash your hands?
Not when I'm in a hurry.
You have like a
it's
little
a lot.
flash of skin that's always dirty then.
No, well, like, I
Well,
like
didn't
slide
touch
it
anything,
around.
though.
I move it because I
I
don't...
feel like that's more... I don't know.
But it's like when you go
Yeah,
to like, the
but I
bathroom
don't-
and
I
like
feel
wash
like-
your
yeah.
hands. It's like
That's
you,
true.
you don't get anything on that flap skin then.
Yeah.
The time that I got my ring stuck on a finger.
You take all of your rings off to wash your hands?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a girl thing, I think.
It is. I also only ever
I guess
wear,
that
like,
would work.
max 3.
Yeah. Well,
But the time I got a ring stuck on my finger, we were having like there was like this astronaut lady, and we were like watching her at the school, and
What?
it was
What?
like I was like
Astronaut lady?
me when the
it
astronaut
was
lady
oh
came
my
and
gosh
we
when they
watched her.
flew
she
to
was
the moon?
wait listen she was daughter's friend. And she came and did, like, a thing at our school. And I remember I was watching her, and I was, like, very infatuated by her. And then me and this other girl were, like, in love with her.
I really hope that they can just hear you on the mic, because I'm not censoring those names.
Well, and so then I got my ring stuck, because I was, like, so infatuated by her, and I was, like, playing with my rings, and then I got stuck, and I was like...
It happens.
Interesting.
So, anyways, Gabby...
Should we do questions?
Well, I was going to ask Gabby,
others?
like, what phase of your life are you in right now? Like, first of all, what era are you in?
What season of your life are you in
What era are you in? What are you, like, doing? Like, what's your plan? Like, where are you?
Okay, that was not a question. You just, like, that was, like, 50 questions.
She just, yeah.
I don't think that's that hard to answer.
That kind of goes sort of with my, like, my one was, like, 5-year plan.
5 years?
Well, that's what people say, but, like what you doing? Like, where you go?
I remember when somebody asked me my 5-year plan, and I was like, I'm going to go to the Peace Corps, and none of it happened.
Not quite.
So,
you should ask Zachary Matthew Patrick Hall his 5-year plan.
Oh my god, he's going to take over the world, he's going to become a drag queen, he's going to go on Big Brother. What's
Gabby
going to
go on
do,
Celebrity Big Brother too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
His goal was to go on, like, a regular Big Brother, and then go on Drag Race, and then
lose Drag Race,
go on to Celebrity Big Brother, because he's a famous drag queen, and then from that, he's going to go to an all-star season of Drag Race, and then he's going to rewrite the Constitution somewhere in there, but big plans.
Honestly, it's so iconic. Live, laugh, love.
But what's your plan?
Are you going to write the Constitution?
Are you going to become a drag queen?
Actually, no.
Oh.
Hate to disappoint.
I don't know if we can associate with non-drag queens.
That's literally you, actually, because all you talk about is drag queens. Continue.
She just loves them. It's okay. But what I'm doing is I'm actually going to college.
Wow, imagine going to college. That must be really fun.
You started.
I did.
You started actually at the same school that I am going to. Mm-hmm. But I'm doing that, which will be fun, and I'm very excited. And I'm majoring in elementary education, so I'll be like a cutesy like... For now. Well, I'm pretty set.
How many... Is it just a bachelor's that you need to like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's not that... 4 years of school literally is not that bad if you're doing a major you like.
Well, it's also like... This is the thing, is that like... I have actually switched my major once already. Yeah. But that's because... But I've always known that I wanted to teach.
Yeah.
I just thought I wanted to teach high school for a second there. And then I like was in a position where like I was in charge of high schoolers.
Oh, I was going to bring that up too.
Yeah. And then I decided that love that for them.
Love them to death.
I'm going to stick with small children. But I'm actually really excited for that.
So that's really cute because it goes in with the fact that like Gabby and I really are very similar people because for the longest time I also wanted to be an elementary teacher, but I also wanted to make money.
That's the thing.
That's going to be a hard one to surpass.
Marry
rich.
That's the dream.
Marry rich and be actually that would be. Yeah.
I used to actually have like a 5-husband plan.
Oh.
What?
Tell us about it. 5-year plan or 5-husband plan?
What do you mean 5-husband plan?
Tune in.
You have to have 5
husbands.
Yes. So you have like the first one, and he's like cool.
Do you know how expensive that's gonna be
to divorce?
Well,
no.
To marry and the divorce.
If you could be getting money.
It's
from
not
it if you
divorce.
Do it right.
It's the death.
He did it.
Keep going. I need to hear about that.
But okay, first husband.
I'm gonna take notes.
We meet when I'm in college, probably through some weird app. I'm on the prowl for it. But he's really old. He helps me through my college.
Like Joe Biden?
Like how old?
Like Joe Biden. Like older than Joe Biden.
Oh, okay.
Could it be Joe Biden?
Yes, okay. I'm gonna marry Joe Biden. He's gonna... I don't really want to kill anybody that early on.
You would not need to do a single
thing
for Joe Biden to die.
He would die naturally.
FBI, if you're watching this, 100% a joke.
Old age.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, actually. He would die naturally. Okay, we marry him. He's great. Next...
And this episode's gonna have to not air too.
No, we're good so far.
I can marry Joe Biden, but he dies.
He's not gonna be president anymore soon.
And then
he's literally done for it. Like.
And then we kind of repeat those behaviors twice. So we're like loaded.
So
we're good.
Three total.
Three
Joe Biden's total for money.
Yes. And the fourth one is, we're already pretty elite. We've got like some good money. I'm gonna hire a really, really good like money. I don't know what they're called. Like money management. person.
Financial
advisor.
I hardly know her.
I hardly know her. And then my fourth husband.
Stop it.
He's gonna be.
Sorry.
He's gonna be kind of cute, but he's gonna be a little too cute. And I feel like this is boys who I tend to attract anyhow. But he's like a little bit of a playboy. And so basically, but he's going to be from like a very well-off family, but like not really doing anything for himself. That's the vision. And so we're going to be married. We're going to be kind of in love, have fun. That's when I'm going to travel the world. And then he's going to cheat on me with my maid.
No!
And I don't know. I kind of want to like plant somebody. Do you want to be my maid, Bella?
I hopefully will be happily married with kids.
No, but like, cause it's like a side.
As like a joke. Will you pay me a little
as
bit?
a joke.
Of course, darling.
Okay, then maybe, I guess.
And then his parents, we're gonna divorce.
Watching this, it's for check.
every single episode we talk about Bella cheating on Carter with someone in like an Outland. It's like the Lorax or the Grinch or Vecna or me or your fourth husband.
But anyway, and so his parents are gonna be like, oh, Timotei. I don't know what his name is.
That's like a sin in drowning. They made a fake Instagram for Timothy Chalamet and called it Timotei.
But it'll be like, they'll be like, oh, you naughty, naughty boy. And then they'll give him like,
she's going into British accent during this.
So you became British after the third husband?
His parents are British.
Oh.
I mean, I could be British too. Do you think I could pass for British? Like, visually? I feel like
you
a little
should
bit
ask
more makeup.
Christopher Adam check that question.
I should. He did make me British.
He said yes. He said yes to you.
He did. But basically, his parents are going to give me some hush money to not talk about it. We're going to have a really clean divorce. He gets nothing from me. I get some aid from him. And then my fifth husband, or wife, is somebody who like I genuinely want to like marry and be in love with. So, yeah.
But all the first ones have to be men.
That's gonna take so long.
No, we're whipping these husbands out.
Oh.
So while she's teaching elementary students.
What's the timeline on that?
I want
5 husbands. How many husbands per year? Besides the last.
Here's the thing: is like in my mind, I want to be like happily married.
That could be a 5-year plan if you do it right.
Yeah, I want to have kids by like 27.
Me too.
So like,
I thought you were gonna say 20 at first, and I was like, no.
I actually am with child at current.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You can't even say that. You are not the winner of this week's challenge. You literally don't even watch Drag Race.
But anyway, that is my 5 husband plan. And I love them.
We went from the 5-year plan to the 5 husband plan.
And that's honestly much better.
Too quick.
I'm gonna see. Wait, what? How many? What? I'm gonna. Okay.
Okay.
I want to see. Should I do a question, Bella?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a lot of these. I have like scenario. Wait, some of these are bad now that I'm reading them. What is? They'll all sound bad on the surface, but I swear they'll lead to good conversation. What is like the one thing, and it could be like a genre of things or like a category of things or just a type of thing that will always make you laugh? Like, what is your sense of humor that is like the thing that will... What'd you say?
I'm guessing what her answer is.
Oh. Like just the genre that will make you giggle no matter what.
I feel like there's like 2 routes here.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like sometimes in my heart of hearts, I am a 12-year-old boy.
Okay.
And
it happens. I play Roblox for fun.
Exactly. I think it's silly. I think it's fun. But also...
Just kidding. I don't play Roblox for fun. That's really embarrassing.
What do you play on Roblox?
Total Drama Island.
The correct answer was Dress to Impress with My Baddies.
Oh, and I play Dress to Impress with My Baddies too, but it got a little bit too much. Too many players, too many people.
I don't know what's going on with Dress to Impress, and I don't want to know. I'm scared of it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to keep it on.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Bella.
That was really rude of me. I didn't mean it like that.
What?
So you're a 12-year-old boy.
So I sometimes am a 12-year-old boy, and I do think that stuff is funny for like actually no reason. But also.
3, 2, 1, come!
But I also...
That is a Game Changer reference. Go watch Game Changer on Dropout. We should get sponsored by them.
Oh, please! We make so many references!
Just burp.
I love LaCroix.
We're doing it again. We're not letting Gabby talk.
No, it's okay because it's funny.
You need to like hit us. Like we should give you a spray bottle where you can.
Oh, I should have brought the
one.
one.
But then it would get on the microphone. Okay.
guns.
What type of 12-year-old boy humor though? Because there's a
like different flavor.
spectrum.
I don't like. Okay, shout out to Caleb because I love him, but
Skippity Riz
I
toilet.
find him so unfunny sometimes. I say it with the most love, but like brain rot, not it. But like if you want to like slip in like it's a little penis joke, like I'm gonna probably laugh. But the other genre that I love and I think is more like the vision of like who I want to be is I have a board called Silly Ha-Has. And it is
Oh.
primarily filled with animals.
I was right.
You gonna say animals?
I love them. Like, I just want to see like a little like goose in a hat. Like, I'm gonna always think that's funny.
Or like a raccoon. Like
I love raccoons. Raccoon just like being fat, being baby. Like, I just
being
love.
small.
There's animal stuff is pretty foolproof. Like, very
love
rarely is our animal videos not going to be funny.
I just
Unless they're like the millennial ones that are like
Yeah.
compilations on YouTube where they add like 50 sound effects
There's like
and
these.
emojis, and it's like, no.
There's these two dogs, and I don't know what kind of dog. They're like gray something, I think. I don't think they
Gray
are gray
something?
but they're like long. But
Oh,
they're very. Let me show
like
you.
are they furry and long?
Yeah.
They're like a bourgeois,
They're very bougie.
bonsoir?
They're very bougie dogs.
Bonsoir. Bonjour.
That's what the people in Paris for the Olympics are doing
I know,
right
from
now.
shirt.
Oh, I really want to be at a
I
Olympics.
cannot
but I
believe they're
didn't
making
make it.
those hoes swim in the Seine.
In what?
Yeah, that's
That is
so
the
gross.
It's literally like gotta be
The mayor
one of the
swam in it.
nastiest.
The
She's
mayor swam in it?
she's gonna
She's
drop
probably
dead.
gonna
Like
die.
there's
E.
no.
coli, if you will.
They literally had to test her for like diseases.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which is like if that's at the point where you are, just don't do it.
But like better that than like an animal. Like
Yeah.
if you're willing
The
to
mayor
consent.
instead of an animal?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if you're willing to consent. We were just talking about animal testing.
Paris
me and
is
Gabby.
crazy.
But I just always.
You have to
Wait,
show me
These
some
aren't
of
the dogs
these.
that I was talking about, but there's these two
Oh
dogs.
my gosh, it's literally a dog from Legally Blonde.
Screenshot it so I
Yeah.
can put it on the screen.
I have it saved on my Pinterest board. I'll show you.
Okay.
Where are the ones that I'm talking about?
Alone.
They're like very specific. There's like, oh, there they are. They have little. I don't know who like this person is.
That's just like a
but
terrier.
I know, but they have little like tea parties with the dogs, and they dress them up very. Like I have
Dogs are
dressed
the
to
most
impress.
probably 30+
Dogs-
photos saved of them. But I love
Dogs
them.
are such as like a concept in like evolution and like human existence.
Yes.
Dogs are so embarrassing because the trade-off that they made
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna lose my sharp claws and my size and my like muscle and my fangs and strength to be a
Cute.
so I don't have to do anything and I can sit around all day. Like when Obi is just sitting there and he'll go. It's like, what do you have? What do
He
you
just worked 9 to
you
5.
literally sit around all day doing
Obi is an
nothing,
old man.
occasionally like screaming at people for no reason and eating food, and you're gonna be.
I think Obi has a double life and like pays taxes. Like he is if you look
He
at him,
acts
he is
like
a
it.
taxpayer.
He's
Yeah.
literally the.
He's holding up our.
Oh, I
economy.
can't even remember what it's called. Perry the platypus.
A platypus? Harry the platypus?
That's a literally Obi.
Yeah.
I wonder who his
Obi the-
op is.
His villain?
Yeah.
Probably.
What if it's Miss Thornhill?
Miss
Yeah.
And we
That's
don't
our
even
neighbor.
I don't even
know.
know.
The
It's
cutest
not.
old woman you ever will see.
We are her. Anyway, what is next?
What? Oh, that was my. Okay. Let's see if I have any other good ones.
I knew it was gonna be animals. I literally mouthed the words
I have
raccoon.
so many of these, and I don't know if
I
any
love
of them.
raccoons.
Ooh, this
All
is
the
a
pretty
weird
cats.
one, but it might be good.
Okay.
If you could only see one color for the rest of your life, like you would be, everything else would be black and white, and you could see one color, what color would you pick? And I don't have an answer for this.
I feel like. Well, here's the thing: is that like
You keep giving Gabby, you're
No,
feeding her
I'm
answers.
guessing. She
No,
couldn't
she's
hear
not.
me.
I can't hear.
Ooh, actually, I know it.
Whisper into the mic.
I feel like
If
there's.
you're gonna guess. We'll
Wait,
keep
whisper.
talking, so we'll
I
never
feel
do
like
it.
there's two different because I feel like there's two different routes here. I'm gonna say that again. No, I'm actually not.
Two roads diverged in a yellow wood.
I could have gone opera.
I don't know if
word.
I'm safe here.
I don't even know this. I don't even know the song. I just you sing it all the time. What color was the
I feel
yellow?
like there's no.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a difference because there's like colors that are my favorite colors, but then there's colors of my favorite
I think I
things.
guessed wrong.
Because I love pink.
Oh,
So would it be pink?
It wouldn't.
You only get one color.
Because like pink looks like I would still see like ham.
You walk into a room,
ham.
everything is black and white, and just on a platter in the middle of the table, just a like
Ham.
luminescent pink ham, and that's the color. that
You
you're
really
like,
thought that through. My brain did not go that route.
What would
I
yours
don't
be?
want to see ham.
I would pick green.
See,
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say,
was sort
like,
of
green or
thinking
blue.
along those same lines of like optimizing for how much of the color
Yeah.
you see on average every day versus so like you're seeing a certain amount of color versus how much you like that color.
Yeah.
I feel
So
like
either green or blue. Probably green.
I would go
Probably
green.
green.
I love trees and luscious grass.
that's what I was gonna say. I feel like so much of my joy comes from just like seeing and being in nature. Where like if that was just to be blah, like I could not.
That'd be really sad.
That'd be so sad.
Like there's no pink in nature.
Right. Well, I was
for,
thinking
like,
about.
ham.
I was thinking about. Well, and like flowers, but I feel like what's like so pretty about flowers sometimes is like the variety of like colors.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
But you could at least see the stems.
yeah,
See the stems.
I would know.
I kind of slurred my words.
because like daisies
You
are
could at
pretty,
least see
and they're
stems.
white.
Daisies are gorgeous.
Yes, in like a bed of green.
Beautiful.
That's the vision.
It's a great answer.
Thank
yeah,
you.
I whispered pink, and
If
then I like
you- oh,
had
good
an
job.
aha moment.
So you can see the ham. Also, pink wouldn't actually. You could just
You
say
wouldn't.
red for pink too.
You could say.
Oh.
And
That's the thing.
if you
is
could
it like
see
all?
red, it's I
What
would say
classifies
from the
as-
rainbow and then anything in the spectrum.
Because this is like a blue green.
I think
So what
I think it
is-
would be. I think the green part of this, like if I chose green, it would look just green. It would look like a faded gray green,
Oh yeah.
and it would be cut off. Like the color would fade. If
Right?
you
Do you
have
see
green,
shades or do you just see?
I think
The
you would
color
see
theory?
shades within that color, but on the edges of green. So like as green goes to yellow and as green goes to blue, the amount of green you could say would fade out,
Yeah.
like in color intensity.
He really thought this.
That was a lot to unpack.
Well, I didn't
really
think
thought
about
this
it
through.
until okay. I have another one. If you could pick one skill that you have and instantly become 10 times better at it, just like whatever a skill that it has to be a skill that you have like a decent amount of ability to do, and you can just do it 10 times better.
Can I phone a friend? Bill, what skills do I have?
You have skills.
Like, well,
The point of this question.
none of them are like life prevalent skills.
Yeah, but like if it's anything that you could do and you could become 10 times better at it.
Like, be really, really good at.
Can I tell you what I would do?
What would you do?
I would do like math. Like I wish I could become better at math.
I don't have math skill. Period.
That's a good. I wasn't thinking about.
Because like if I could get better at math, that opens my window of so many other things that I could do because I'm so terrible at math,
Me
and
too,
therefore I
actually.
don't want to go
Ooh.
into like science or medicine or anything like that because I just don't understand math.
Yeah.
I could
That's
become like the
good,
coolest
actually.
engineer in the world.
could.
Like I could do
But would that bring
geometry
you
and
joy
design.
though?
I mean, yeah, because part of
Being good at
my
math is helpful.
because
I
you
don't
know what probably ruined high school for me was taking a math class. Like
No,
literally,
actually.
like math is my
Yeah.
biggest op in the world.
I
I'll
like
never take a
geometry
calculus.
so
Never
much.
will.
I
But
like-
I kind of wish I could because I feel like that opens up other stuff. That,
so
like,
many other things.
But I just can't hold. What I can't do is hold numbers in my brain. Like, can
just
you? Can
can't.
you like?
I can't hold like
Like if I have
formulas
to.
or like things
No,
like that.
same.
I can do formulas
And
and I
they're
can do the
fake.
logical part of math really well, but if it comes to like holding a number that's like 6 digits long in my brain to like use it somewhere else,
That's
it
so-
melts out of my mind and then I have to reference back to the sheet of paper where the number is like 50 times.
That's so weird because I'm literally the reverse of that. I like
You're
can
good at
remember numbers so well, but then like when I put them in formulas, like I don't know like formulas and things like that.
See, I
but I'm
can't
so
do
good at
either.
remembering like codes and formulas and things like that.
Interesting.
But that's mine. But don't let that like.
Yeah, okay, so that's an
I'm
example.
like historically terrible at math, but it's also because I hate it.
So that wouldn't bring you joy. if, like,
Exactly.
for
That's the
it.
thing. I did in fact take geometry twice,
Happens.
but I don't think being better at math would have made my life
more
brighter.
enjoyable.
I would love to be like really well. I think about like when I was little, I was such like a little book reader that I wish that I had like the because that's kind of like a world of like literacy. That's a big word. But I feel like if I was just like exceptionally good at like things involving literature, like I would be so happy to be like a little like I write like best-selling books, and I just like live in my little cottage by the sea.
I feel like you'd have to pick like one skill would be like, would you pick
Like writing.
reading or writing?
But then it's also like creativity. So like writing, but yeah.
That's a good
Or
one.
also could be a skill like,
Or like dancing. I could be ballerina.
yeah, you could be like a crazy dancer.
That would be so cool.
I was thinking like maybe singing. Because I feel
Yeah.
like if I was 10 times better at singing from how I am now, that would be
Pretty
pretty
good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm already a 10 out of 10 at singing.
Well,
There's
no, I'm saying,
way I
like,
can improve.
You're pretty good.
I'm
Okay,
kidding, by the way.
okay.
I winked at the camera
Yeah,
if you're
sure.
not watching.
Sure you did, Bella.
I just did
Sure
opera
you
for
did.
you.
No,
Do you
but
need
like,
me to do it again?
if you were 10 times better at singing, you could have like a
believe
music
you.
career.
Yeah. But
I
like,
feel
okay,
like-
would
I
you
feel like
want
if
a
you-
music career?
That's the thing.
Let me
I
raise my
feel
hand.
like
That's
if you
gross.
take any
Yes.
of your skills that you already have, like any of your like, if you pick from your top 5 skills that are in any way like you could profit from them, if you're 10 times better at that, you probably could make a career out of it.
Well, like, I think of this,
Yeah.
and no hate to Taylor Swift, I love her so much, but, like, she's so popular, not because she has the most beautiful voice in the world, but because of, like, her lyricism.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
you can be, like, the best singer in the world and not make a career out of that, because, like,
You
it's also, like, likability
Not
thing.
necessarily.
I mean, there
No,
are
I
like
think it
people
really-
who write music for other people, but it's also like
A lot of singers out there you
Gabby.
can tell are like they're not the ones that are good
Writing
writers,
the
and they
music.
have ghostwriters for all their songs, but if they have a gorgeous voice and they can
people.
and
will
they
like
But
get
you
it.
also have
noticed.
to be likable and personable.
You do, there's
not
so much that,
necessarily either. There's so many
I
music
feel like
artists
there
that are
is.
actually like
Like who?
terrible people.
but you have to like
Name
at
names.
least put on a good public.
I will
front.
not be naming names.
I don't know. It's a whole little silly
Yeah.
world. Who texted you?
Mama texted us.
Oh.
Doesn't matter. Keep
You love-
going. So you would choose,
I can do
like...
it.
I would be like
I can do
exceptionally
another
good at
one.
writing.
Yeah, do it. Because mine are all just, like, speed questions. I didn't...
You could ask.
I think
mean,
speed
you
is
could ask.
fun.
Maybe if you don't have one of these, this is a bad question, but I want to see what is like a hill that you would die on. So like the classic ones are like, oh, toilet paper, does it go over or under? Do you do the milk or cereal first? But do you have like one that is for you that you're like, because
I will die
mine
on
is
this
the Oxford comma.
I love
And if you
the
don't
Oxford comma.
use the Oxford comma,
You're
dead.
weird. You're dead.
Wrong.
because
Illiterate?
it's implying an association between the last 2 terms of the list that does not exist. If you're saying I like fish and I like fish and beef and chicken, well, that's not a good example. In certain examples of lists,
He's working hard.
He's working hard.
in certain examples of lists, if there's no comma between the and for the last 2, it's implying that the last 2 are like connected
Connected,
inside
but
Yeah.
not connected
when
to
they're
the first
not.
one.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I will
agree.
also die on that hill with you. I'm dead.
But like, do you
On a
have one
hill.
of those that's not that?
I have like one that comes to mind, but the thing is like I know I'm wrong.
That's even better.
But like, I won't be not wrong. Like the Aeropostale versus Aeropostale. I have said Aeropostale since I was an infant, and
It's
is
Aeropostale?
Doesn't that sound illegal?
That sounds like
though?
pasta.
Exactly, Aeropostale.
Sounds like aerated
My
pasta.
best friend Sayla and I argue about it all the time.
Bella's thinking about it right now.
No, I just am
But-
really grossed out by you two.
It's
Aeropostale.
But Aeropostale. Ha.
I'm
I'm gonna go buy
like
leggings from
barely
Aeropostale. It's Aeropostale.
I barely even know what that is.
I love
It's
it.
like-
But
They're
it's
like,
clothing
glo-
brand.
it's
I love
a
them.
all I know is that it's a clothing brand.
just
I don't
got
think
it
I own
from
any.
Aeropostale.
When I
Aeropostale.
have read it in my head as Aeropostale.
and I think that's where it stemmed from. Is like not because like think about like Kalispell, Montana. Like we obviously don't have one there because we have nowhere to shop. So it's like looking
Nothing.
at it online and reading it. That's how my brain has formulated it versus like hearing people talk about it. And I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
But it's Aeropostale.
Okay.
So you didn't die on that hill. You're gonna roll down it.
It's Aeropostale versus Aeropostale. It's But okay.
Oh, was that an accident? I thought you were just conceding. You were giving your opinion
No.
and then conceding.
I'm saying that it like Aeropostale. Like I can recognize that's like the technical, but like it's Aeropostale. Unless you're like ugly and poor and stupid, it's Aeropostale.
Period.
That's my thoughts.
A hill that I will die on is a little bit stupid.
Share.
I really do think.
Yes.
I just think Taylor Swift is the modern day Shakespeare.
Oh,
I will
yeah.
die on that hill.
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare. See, 10 out of 10 singer, guys.
Basically.
Don't peek.
Probably, yeah.
I can't read that.
Wait, Gabby talked
Oh, I did the
earlier
five
about
husband
how she had to deal with high school students. So that's something that she means in the sense of when we were in high school, Gabby and I, not Lane, touchy subject.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Directed shows.
Ooh, okay.
We both student directed.
Touchy subject.
It's not a touchy subject in the way that it's...
But it wasn't... Like... It's not like... I think that, like, you've matured and, like, moved on from that. But it's also, like, still, like, a crummy situation.
Yeah.
And I think you can recognize that.
The people who know what happened.
It was like the
people who know, but it's also
before
not
the
relevant.
hill came, like, the landslide happened.
Exactly.
But that being said, Gabby and I directed shows in high
I
school.
was wondering what you guys were talking about when you said managed high schoolers.
Yeah,
Because it is managing.
It is managing high schoolers. That was because we were all theater kids, choir kids, speech and debate kids. Not that we're still living in high school like some people, but
you know who you are.
You know who you are.
Actually.
But it's a big part of like how we know each other, so it's good to reflect on it sometimes because now we're all kind of in that leap into our next step.
Yeah.
But when we were in high school, I directed a show called They Promised Her the Moon, and Gabby was my lead in the show, which was super duper cute. And Gabby was like the easiest out of everybody I had to work with. But then Gabby the next year got to direct her own show.
Yeah. And I loved my show and I loved my cast. But there's definitely like I feel like that's what like made me realize is that I can't teach high school is that there's a difference between like we can all care and love something, but like we don't have like I feel like what like that class is so set up for is babysitting.
Yeah.
Like
it's
us as students babysitting other students, which isn't what it should be. And there was just a lot of stuff that happened my semester that like I as a 18-year-old girl do not have the capacity to take care of.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I am so grateful for that experience and like I
shaped you. It really actually like yeah. But when I had it, mine was like not the problem with the students. I had problems with the adults that I was working with. They were all terrible.
Were awful to you.
To me.
They were.
And like there was one day I had like
was I your soundboard or was I your?
You were my light board.
I was your not light board. Yeah, I was asking if I called or if I I was your light board and I was getting like I had been in the booth for other student shows before, and even compared to that, which there's a lot of stuff with that, you were getting undermined just at every single turn. And also
crazy.
I was your tech director as well because
you were
because I didn't have one. But like there was one day where like a teacher loved her so much, but at this moment I didn't, and I was like standing in the catwalk while she was down in the theater, and we were having a screaming match. It's a very difficult thing that like. It's weird because, like, when you're a senior in high school, it's like you're at that next step of, like, you're an adult and you can handle things, but you're also still a child and you're,
and
like...
when you're, like, having to go, like, toe-to-toe... When that's my thing is that, like, I never, like, really, really had problems with... Well, I had, like... There was, like, moments of, like... It's... Especially, like, how the system is set up where, like, there's two shows going at once. Mm-hmm. So then you're having to, like, compromise and deal with another show.
It's both the system is set up incredibly poorly and also the people administrating over the system are also not like setting it up in a way that is designed for the student to exceed.
It just gets messy, but I also like can recognize that like what, and I think that like this is something that you would like say too, is that like something that process taught me so much was like how to advocate for myself.
Yeah, and I was going to lead into that, is like, Gabby had kind of a crazy senior year.
Yeah.
And, like, she managed to just, like, she directed the show, and she, like, ate it up in speech and debate, but, like, I don't know, I am taking a break in the middle of this episode to say that I can pick on Gabby all the time, but I admire her so much. She's so cute.
Ew.
Okay, as Lane ruins my moment. But anyways, that's something that we both did in high school that, like...
Yeah.
it was a moment. It's doing that is it's a moment of like everything's in your hands, but also nothing's in your hands, and it's like
exactly.
It's weird.
But then like, and there's also the perception of like you're like people in your cast perceive you to have way more control than you actually do, and then you're like, there's actually nothing I can do here. Like I can go to the higher ups and be like, hey, this is what my people are saying, like this is my problem, but there's actually nothing that like
Which
I like
very
physically
conveniently
can do.
works out perfectly for the people who are running it, because then
'Cause then
they can
it's all
scapegoat
on
someone
you.
while also giving you the responsibility. Like you're getting.
And I don't know if that
yeah.
intentionally happens, but it just
It happens.
by proxy of how it's set up, it does.
Elaine had the opportunity to direct a show, but a terrible, horrible tragedy happened, and then somebody else directed the show, and then it was the most terrible show I think that was ever done at Glacier
was
High
bad.
School.
Yeah, I was pregnant in it,
Oh.
and we picked up cake off the floor.
That was
was
hilarious. So the
wild.
show that me and Fiona did all the work for and then was taken was
We
it
haven't
did
talked
have a
about
scene.
I know.
that subject much
We
on this
haven't.
project.
I don't give a fuck though.
podcast.
Like I think everybody involved should know how I feel about it, and if they don't, then you should know.
Yeah.
And they're not
I
listening
think we were
anyways.
pretty transparent.
So
Unless they are.
there was a scene in that show.
Ops Unite.
We have ops guys.
We have
They
ops.
I feel like I don't have that many.
You're gaining them
You're-
from us,
yeah.
but not like because
Not
you
like-
don't want to.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want to talk for you because
No,
some
but, like-
people like to say that I'm the reason that Gabby doesn't like people, but that's actually not true.
But
Gabby
also,
just
like-
is able to form her own opinions because she's a grown adult.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And if
Well,
you-
let's
You're
do some
actually
other
a master
day.
manipulator, Bella.
I don't know if anybody shared the last part of that.
I
but-
liked it. But also, if you, like, hurt people who I care about and who I love, like, I'm not... Like, I can, like, love you from afar, but, like, I'm not gonna keep you as a person in my life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Something really cute right now is that Gabby and I actually live in the same house right now.
We do.
True story.
I moved.
It's his house.
since-
It's my house where I don't live.
It's like
'Cause I,
his
like, don't-
family house, and now me and Gabby both live there, and we're actually gonna take family pictures sometime soon
When?
with the whole family. I don't
That's
know
true.
yet. We're taking it like before, like soon. by
Like,
the way.
before I leave?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Anyways, the show that had a
The
scene
horrible tragedy taken
where
over by very bad people.
it's like it's a bunch of little vignettes which are like separate little stories
Yeah.
in one sort of connected story, which was not expressed very well by the director. But one of the vignettes involved basically a person who was a robot and didn't realize he was a robot, and at some point it was me.
He played it.
At some point they celebrate like his birthday, and there was a
sang
decision
Happy
made
Birthday
to
to
have
You.
a real cake on stage.
That we were supposed to hand out
Um,
slices.
We also had to cut up the cake. We had to buy a cake every single night, pre-cut the cake, and then had to cut the cake live on stage. And well, I don't remember exactly how it happened, but at one point the cake fell.
I think it
fell
was
down.
L. I think L.
Somebody
actually-
dropped the cake.
God bless
I
Elle.
love L so much.
So it was already this like kind of awkward, slow scene, which is sort of on purpose. Like that's sort of how
Yeah,
it's supposed
to
be.
like have that like
But
uncomfortableness.
The whole cake just splats on the
floor.
ground, and Gabby, you were like picking up like with your hands, like trying to claw some of the cake, and I was just like,
I'm, like,
Top 10
Clawing
Gabby
up.
moments. Top
Yeah.
10.
nobody knew what to do. There
Exactly.
wasn't. Was Fiona in that scene?
I don't think
Yeah,
she was.
Fiona is the master of like saving people's
Fixing
lives
things.
from like on stage mistakes.
Yeah.
Like that's her specialty. She wasn't there to save us.
She wasn't there to save us. So I'm like picking up like chunks of cake, and I'm like also like trying to say lines and things as this is going.
So bad.
And then I'm like just standing there like covered in frosting, and I remember it so vividly because I never want to feel that feeling ever again.
It felt
I started
very
like
appropriate
rubbing.
for how that process had went. though.
Exactly.
So
but I
it
started
kinda
like rubbing it in
made
like
me
it was
laugh.
lotion.
That is insane.
And then I had to do a
Gabby.
really quick costume change and then be on for my second vignette. So I was cake covered the rest of the show.
My favorite part of that process was the fact that I would go to the class like once a week, so the director couldn't replace me. But and then he tried to anyways, but he like
Yeah.
couldn't.
Me and
There's
Morgan.
nothing left.
There was nothing left, and I just pissed
Lines
everybody
ruined.
off, except for the people who understood. So
So,
Oh.
anyways,
Because
Next
that's our
subject.
theater experiences.
Yeah, back
Which-
into the real world.
Yeah.
it's a real world.
Back into real life.
It's so scary to unpack.
Ooh, that's
Ooh.
no.
Oh.
I think I know the answer to this one, but I just wrote down exotic pet. Like, what exotic pet would you have? But we know.
We've discussed this actually twice now.
I think it's been twice.
I love a raccoon. I
Is
love
it
him.
legal to own a raccoon in Montana?
Actually, it is.
Is it in Montana?
I think if it's a
Eric
tame-
Kalvik said he would buy me a raccoon and never did.
Oh,
And then he...
what the hell?
Yeah, and then I tried to get Dustin to buy me... Or no, not Dustin. Somebody else to buy me a raccoon.
Raccoons are not pets. It's illegal to possess a raccoon.
Without a permit.
There's like a state... I know
don't
there's
know.
a state where you
Can
can
I have a pet
I know
raccoon
there
in
is.
Montana? No, pet raccoons are
Not
not
in
legal
Montana.
in
There's...
Montana.
I think it's like
You're
Arizona.
gonna have to leave.
I think Arizona maybe. I don't want to be here. I think Arizona maybe you can have a raccoon. I would love a raccoon.
I would
love a raccoon.
I'd love a
raccoon.
I'd love a raccoon.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But
That's
I
so
just
embarrassing.
want to put a little hat on
Princess
it,
Emily.
a little skirt, little
A
shoes.
skirt?
Yes, I believe.
Ballerina shoes.
Why? Here's the
I
question.
want to know what texture a raccoon is because they don't look soft.
I feel like they're like a little.
I
My
feel like they're
uncle
not, like
knows.
have crunchy.
One
like
time
when you
he-
pet, I
What?
feel like they have fur that's like the texture of like a horse.
Have I ever told you
Your
this story?
uncle what?
One time my uncle was really drunk and he passed out in a road while we were
And he
camping and he
collected-
literally
In a road?
woke up with a raccoon on his face. I'm not
I
kidding.
love
No,
Somebody
rabies,
witnessed it, too.
rabies.
I love them. I think they're. I literally
Rabies
probably
is so scary.
have spent like a fourth of not a fourth, like a good portion.
fourth?
Oh, a fraction?
Gabby was scared of
I
fraction.
don't
We were
fuck
talking
with
about it earlier. I was
fractions.
like, compared to when we recorded the episode that we had to delete, Bella and I talked way too much. So I was like, okay, it's gonna be one half me, one half Bella, or no,
No, 1/4.
Too many fractions.
I'm actually not allowed here.
1/4 me, 1/4 Bella, half
Half
Gabby.
Gabby.
Which we'll see if we stuck to that
I don't
ratio.
think we
Let
did.
us
I don't
know.
think we have.
Gabby said no.
It could also be thirds, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. But basically, here's the thing that is also a hill that I should die.
I hope
hill that I should die.
A hill that I. Here's the thing: is I say things sometimes, and like I recognize that I'm being crazy. Like I recognize that not crazy. Crazy is not the word
I
here.
was crazy once. They locked me in a room.
Oh my god.
I'm in a kitchen with my car.
Oh my god.
But like I can recognize that I'm being silly, and it's not like rooted in reality. Like it's rooted in Gabby land. But I don't
Take me to Gabby then.
understand why animals like. Here's the thing. There's a difference
I
between.
think that's
You have restarted. We're trying to let you speak, and you did restart that sentence like 12 times.
Here's the thing.
I have to like defend myself here. I do think that like deers in the forest are fine, but I don't think that like regular animals should be naked. Like I think that they should.
What?
Like think about the world. How much nicer it would be if you're just like walking through like.
So you think Ogie
what's-
should be wearing clothes all the
Yes,
time?
at least a little
Actually,
trouser.
that's kind of true.
With like some like
Trouser?
suspenders.
Suspenders? We need to get... Wait, he doesn't have, like, shoulders.
Yes, he does. Dogs
So,
have
well,
shoulders.
not...
Well, he has like front
He's
body.
a little round, so...
He's like
He's,
chunky.
like, minion shaped.
Oh, I was just gonna
But-
say, like, the minions always have clothes on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But also imagine like you're walking what's the like
My
big
favorite animal.
what's the like park in New York? The like big one.
Central?
Central Park?
Yes. You're walking through Central Park.
In
You're having-
New York.
Concrete. Tell your
Jungle
story.
Wet dream tomato.
And what?
Did you
I
do
know.
the...
Um
Okay.
but you're walking and you're just like with a love on your arm, you're just like, oh, it's
With
a
a
beautiful world. And then you look
With
to
your-
your right.
with your fifth
and then-
husband.
with my fifth husband. And then there's just like two little squirrels in a tree. And like one of them is wearing like a little like pantsuit with a little briefcase. And the other one, she's got like a
Ooh.
cutesy little dress. Like imagine
Okay.
that world.
Girl boss squirrel?
Like
Who's gonna dress them?
I think
Themselves?
that if we all collectively came together as a people, we could make that happen. And I've actually thought this for a really, really long time, is that I should start a charity
Honey,
to
honey,
I feel like
honey,
clothes
honey,
animals. Clothes.
rabies.
I don't believe
That's
in
true.
rabies.
Maybe animals wouldn't
There's
get
one
rabies
that starts
anymore
with
if
an
they wore
eye
clothes.
that mosquitoes carry.
I ain't never seen
Influenza?
it.
What do you... What?
I know.
Are you sure it starts with an eye?
I don't think it's. I know what you're talking about though. Mosquitoes don't get clothes.
Yeah, bugs are not real.
There's like a like
But I'm
genre.
just saying.
Like
Ugh.
all the like cutesy little critters of the forest get clothes, like
So-
squirrels, chipmunks, bunnies.
well, what about like otters? Like they go like in
That
water.
they're wet.
Wetsuit.
So it's like-
Get it a wetsuit. No,
Or, like-
it would die.
But you could also like accessorize.
It would be like strangled.
I just think
Acclimate.
that it's good to.
Do you think I bet if we gave animals clothes for long enough, they would evolve to have less fur.
And we want
And
them
then
to
they
still
would be
furred.
ugly and skinless,
No.
or ugly and
No, I
And
can
skinless?
skinless.
Rest in
No,
peace to the skin.
I am I.
Here's the thing.
I control evolution, actually.
Oh.
And
Oh.
What are your
that's
what's coming next? What's the plan?
There's not gonna be a plan. The world's probably ending within the next 3 months.
probably
True.
like a nap.
Oh.
A nap? Evolutionary nap? Like
Everybody just goes to sleep
Yeah.
for a while.
That would honestly.
Honestly,
Wait.
We should like look
if
into
we took
that.
like a long nap, it would like allow our planet to heal.
I was just gonna say.
That's what happened with COVID.
That's what
like
should happen.
I think.
Like, I'm not saying I'm gonna like put people into comas, but like,
But
if I was in charge,
I'm gonna
so
see if I
you
have
can
another
add that to the
question.
Constitution with Zach.
Yes. Everybody
gosh.
sleep.
it would be like, called like the fourth winter.
Everybody say good night.
Good night.
Oh, that sounds like a beautiful idea. Beautiful idea,
I
Gabby.
just love a nap.
I took a nap right before we came. Actually,
You did,
I
and then you
did.
were awoken.
I was rudely awakened.
I was yapping. What's next?
None of these are like. They're like a little bit too much for the very end of the episode, I feel like. What are your biggest fears?
My biggest fears.
What are you afraid of? No reason.
Dark bathrooms. Or like mirrors in the dark.
Mirrors in the dark.
Yeah.
Bloody Mary.
That's actually why.
For real?
Yeah. I was allowed internet at too young of an age.
Literally
And-
me too. I was watching Bloody Mary
Yeah.
videos, and I won't say the other videos I was watching.
You have to say now because whatever you're not saying is probably not as.
What?
When I was younger, I would always Google chapstick challenge. I was in love with watching people kiss. Nothing like bad, but just like
Okay, I'm glad that you
just
said
like
that because
chapstick challenge.
you saying other videos that
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
allowed to
what
say
I'm saying.
sounds
I'm
so
like,
much
what
worse
are
than
you-
anything that you
not like other
actually
people in
watched.
this world.
That was brutal.
It's a good thing that nobody watched.
Imagine if they did though.
Anyways, I would watch like the chapstick challenge and Bloody Mary
Yeah.
and like
No.
Well, some of us were normal and watched Minecraft YouTubers, so
I also
Well, I
watched
did
Joey
that too.
Graceffa.
okay.
Yeah, it's just like a variety. But no, I genuinely like probably until the age of like 12, maybe 13. If I was like in the bathroom and I knew I had to like turn the light off, like as I was walking out, I would like reach behind and turn it off, like while I was out.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm just
And then
afraid
I
of
would
letting people
strategic.
down.
You,
See, there are things
I
like
didn't
that that you
ask
could
you what you were
unpack,
afraid of, so
but
Have I ever let you down?
no.
Thanks for lifting up my spirits today.
Oh, I
everyone.
was answering for Gabby. You've let me down plenty of times.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can fuck yourself. Yeah, so.
That's gonna be
Literally?
added to the list, but
What list?
the list of times you've let me down is getting longer.
that's not letting down. That's insulting. There's a difference.
That's
Don't
true.
let me, don't let me
we should do
down.
media.
Wait, no, I want to do my rapid fire questions so
Yeah,
I can do
Okay,
media.
better be fast.
First things first, what's your favorite color?
Pink.
Second thing second, who's your biggest role model? Dead or alive that you know.
That I know.
That you know.
Cause when you know, you know.
Probably me mama.
Me mama.
Rest in peace, a moment of silence.
Never.
Who's your favorite princess?
We're gonna.
I like to dress up as a child.
Currently, I dress up as.
At 7 p.m.
Wait, I wanna know
on
which one, 'cause this
Thursday.
is
As a
actually
child,
important.
I loved to dress up as Cinderella
Me too.
because it was just like the blonde hair look.
Basic.
Okay.
But actually, my favorite Disney princess is probably I'm gonna have to say Ariel.
Beautiful.
Basic.
What's your go-to coffee order?
I love a chai.
Oh,
Or
I
like
love a chai.
Or like
Jesus,
a like
fuck,
peppermint
what is
mocha.
okay.
Did you just judge chai?
It's a little basic.
Chai's not basic.
What's your favorite flower?
My favorite
Ooh.
flower. I love hydrangeas.
Were you the one that said all flowers are girls?
Yes, I did say that.
Mm-hmm. Yesterday.
I did in the car yesterday when you were trying to kill us. I love hydrangeas. I also love what are they called? Lily of the Valleys? Or is that what they're called? Where they're like...
They got that in Minecraft.
I
And you
like
can
those.
make potions out of it.
Good.
Oh, okay, out of breakfast, lunch, or dinner, what's your favorite meal of the day?
Probably like... I love oatmeal. So
That's not a meal.
No. Breakfast, lunch, or
I was gonna
dinner.
ask,
Like, what's your
do
favorite
you guys
meal?
eat breakfast?
No, I mean, if Carter's there, I do, but if not, then I don't.
Yeah, if I eat breakfast, it's oatmeal with a little bit of brown sugar. So probably like...
Breakfast?
No, like lunch.
But that's your favorite lunch?
No,
I
that's
feel
my
like
favorite
meals are
treat.
not real. Like, you can eat whatever,
That's the thing.
whenever. Nothing is stopping you.
I actually saw a video about this. It's like breakfast.
This was supposed to be rapid fire.
Okay, but breakfast means break fast, right?
Yeah, it's the first meal
So
you
it's
eat no
different.
matter...
So you
Okay,
can
so
eat
I
whatever
guess
you
I
want
do
to
eat
eat.
breakfast.
So eat whatever you want to eat.
Yeah.
So you just... Oh, wait. You always eat breakfast.
I
'cause
feel
you
like
always break
it's
fast.
a lot worse, though, to eat, like,
Really
dinner.
brilliant, Gabby. Brilliant.
Okay.
Anyway, is there another one?
Last one is who's your favorite singer?
Taylor
Swift.
Fearless.
Speak now.
How?
1989.
I shouldn't have
Reputation,
done
lover, folklore, evermore, midnights, torture, poets, department. What media
do
have
we
you
have-
been
do you have media?
consuming?
Wait, does that count as media? What
Taylor
I'm talking
Swift?
about? No.
Oh, Legally Blonde.
Legally,
Yeah.
we went
went
to
and saw-
Legally Blonde yesterday, and it was so...
The musical.
I actually was
We're
obsessed with
singing
Legally
so,
Blonde.
so loud.
It's a musical episode.
The musical episode.
Oh.
I actually loved Legally Blonde as a child.
Lines across my face. Tell you the
You know that's bad for
story
audio.
of who I- What musical episode is that? From what
Oh, I
show?
don't know. I've never heard of it.
I hate gay people.
And with that, no, we're not going to.
Actually, we should talk about Legally Blonde.
It's the
because-
Grey's Anatomy musical episode, by the way. I was
I knew that.
pretending that I didn't know. I obviously know that.
It was really good. I loved Legally
It
Blonde,
was really
the
good.
musical.
It was...
And they had a live
that
dog.
They did!
dog!
Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
goodness.
And it
And
was
it
so
was
and he
so
was
well
such a good
behaved.
boy. I think it was a boy. I feel like it was giving boy.
I think it was a girl.
I think it was giving boy.
I think everything gives girl.
I think that you
It's-
don't need to assign never mind.
Why were you just looking at me
You're
while you
canceled.
said that too?
'Cause
Like
I'm
Gabby
just
said
a
it too. Gabby said it. What do we do?
But I was correct, so...
What the fuck?
Do you think?
Do you have any other media though? Like, if you haven't done media ever on the podcast, so you could do
I haven't
literally
done
anything
media.
you've ever listened to or watched that you like at all.
What's been my, like...
I haven't been listening to or
Moment.
watching anything.
I have been listening... Okay, I make playlists for everything. It's actually insane, but... Because I'll, like, fixate on, like, one set of music.
What do you use for your music?
I use Spotify. Like a normal person, not like these freaks from the
my
slushes
God.
of
You can
hell.
You can. It's
Yeah,
okay to
you
go.
can-
by
Okay,
the way.
Spotify is... I also have Spotify Premium. I actually have...
What? Oh, really? That's all they left you with.
That's all they love me with. That and... kind of...
I really
And
hope that my
trauma.
boob wasn't on just now.
But I've been obsessed with Jake Minch recently. He's a king.
Can you say that last name again?
Jake Minch?
You
Jake
said
Munch.
Min?
Jake Munch.
Jake
No,
Mincemeat.
but I actually
I don't
love
know
his
who that
music.
is.
He's so good.
I don't know who that is either.
He's...
What, like, genre?
Like-
Genre.
He invented gay pop.
Like Jojo
I'm gonna
Siwa.
strangle you. I'm gonna strangle you.
But no,
so
I
bad.
love his music right now. I've been like, because I had like 2 songs that I really loved by him that I listened to all the time, and then now I've just like gotten
What
into
were
his other
they?
music. It was Strip Mall and Handgun.
My 2 favorite things.
Strip malls and handguns.
That's so America core.
They're so good though.
Shout out to the Olympics.
But one of them is about like.
Shout out to the Olympics is crazy. Have you
love-
guys actually watched any Olympic anything?
I've just seen like some edits of like.
I watched Simone, my girl,
Yeah.
who
I've
should be divorced at this point.
I know.
Ugh,
Who does he
men,
think he is?
Straight men. Gross. I hate him. Why would you ever date one?
I was like 10 feet away from Simone Biles once.
No, you weren't.
I literally
free?
was.
When?
For free?
When I went to the Texans football game.
No,
with
you
Papa,
weren't. No, you didn't.
Yeah, the game where she was announced like an honorary
That's
cheerleader because she's from
insane.
Houston. I was there on the field because we had field passes because Papa had a booth, and I guess that comes with a booth or something, or maybe he bought it. And we had field passes. I wasn't paying attention to the football. I don't know football.
I would give my soul
It was fun.
to
She
Litter
walked-
Miles.
Just like to
Chelsea was
breathe
there too.
air.
Chelsea was there too.
And
She
she's
walked
never told us
right
this?
past Chelsea because no, she walked past us. I did like a double take, and I was like,
Is that Simone?
and I was like,
That's my
Mom, I
original.
think that was Simone Biles, and she was like, what? And
What?
she did not notice. Which, to be fair, she is like this tall,
She's, like,
so it's
really
hard to
tall.
notice. But
They're
yeah,
in a purse.
I breathed the same air as her, and she was
God
she was
bless.
right there.
Why do gay people get
I could have given her a high five.
Well, thank you so much, Gabby, for coming to this episode today. We
Yay.
love having you. We love Gabby. Oh, I got a kissy. Oh.
Do you have any final words for the viewers? Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully we'll have another episode next
Bye.
week and not another break.
Bye.
Bye.